by now that I'm going to be doing the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Aquarius sign. And this is KimMe of now. That's what I'm talking about. Whew, this was a hard one. It was an easy one if it would have been an easy one if I would just roll with it, what I really want to say. Whew. But I can't do that. You guys, I have on a pair of my custom designed jeans. You know, look at that. You see the back of them? I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, I'll be displaying them on my jeans Facebook jeans page real soon, and I'll post that on the NT with a page. Hi. Okay, let's get started. This was a hard one for me because I know people in my family of this horoscope, this sun sign, and it's really not even really, well, it's a little bit of them, but it's well, this person's married into the family. So I'm going to start with, I don't know, I'd like to start with the women first. So now I'm going to start with the man first this time, specifically. I have a reason for doing that. Okay. And this is one particular sign. Let me say this. First of all, this is for entertainment purposes. Please don't get mad at me. Like I say in the other videos, you know, get mad at your mom and dad for getting together when they did and had sex, and your grandma and your granddad for having y'all. That's all I can tell you. So this is just for entertainment purposes, and even though it's pretty darn true. Okay. So make sure my bra strap's not showing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Aquarian man first. And this is the good, the bad, and the ugly. And what I was about to say was that this is one sign amongst, I think, 3 signs. I know Leo is one of them, where they basically can marry each other, and also, well, I haven't looked that up, but I think they are compatible, the Aquarius male and the Aquarius female. And that's probably because they're so unemotional. Woo! I didn't even know that. I was like, wow, they're unemotional. And I think Leo and another one, but anyway, yeah, they actually, their character traits are basically the same. And I know you're thinking, well, it should be the same because they're Aquarians. That has nothing to do with it, because the character traits of a Taurus female and a Taurus male, or an Aries female and Aries, you know, they have some character traits, but it's this, you got to throw that gender thing in there because, you know, there's a difference. And like the Capricorn woman and the Capricorn man, they have a couple of differences and things. That's why they have the sun sign, and then they have the man and the sun sign, and then they have the woman, and then they have the generalistic view. So anyway, here we go. Loves politics and sports. This is so true. I have a brother that is an Aquarian, and he used to cry, sorry, when the Cowboys would lose a football game. Oh, I used to love that. Oh my God. Sorry for the Cowboys, you know, back in the day, you know, with Tom Landry. But my brother would cry when they lost the football game. See, my brother and I did not get along, this particular brother, so it was just, you know, I'm sitting there waiting for them to lose. Not saying they weren't my team, but just to get back at him for things that he had said to me. Very cruel. Very cruel person. And I prayed about that, and it worked out that we would get along later. But they do love politics. I have a friend that loves politics, and she is of the Aquarian nature. Okay, they love to read. This is so true. They're intelligent, and this is the known sign of genius. Now, Oprah Winfrey, need I say more? Okay, this is the known sign of genius, and they think, this is the good I'm reading, they think that everyone is special, and they think that everyone is their friend. Everyone is not your friend. No. Okay. Okay, here are the bad for the Aquarian male. They're too analytical. And like I said, some of these will go over to the other one, but I tried not to put the same thing. So, you know, the female is analytical as well, but I didn't put that over there, I don't think. It is said that 70% of the people in mental institutions are Aquarians. I can give it that. I can see that happening. Anyway, they have bad memories, but yet 2 days later they can remember, you know, they probably know how many eyelashes you have, you know, this is just right at that moment they can't remember things. They're cheap. Oh my God. Always looking for the hookup. I am so tired of Aquarians always thinking they have to get the hookup on everything. You don't need to get the hookup on everything. And the cheap part is like, usually, and this is usually the males who would do this, they have a bit of laziness when it comes down to doing things for other people. You know, seems like my camera is like a little off or whatever. Well, if you see my head like this or whatever, it's a little off. Okay, here's the ugly. Competitive. They are competitive and with a hint of jealousy. Yeah, they have a hint of jealousy when you've done something. And this is the man. Now the woman, she has a lot of jealousy. Okay, they make harsh remarks to people and then regret them later on. You know, they regret what they've said to you. They are weekly visitors to the shrinker. And oh my God, this is the number one ugly thing about Aquarian males. Procrastinators. Oh my God! If you look up procrastination, procrastinators, or whatever, procrast, in the dictionary, I guarantee you, my brother's gonna be right there. Jeez! Yeah, they like to procrastinate. I mean, they are big time procrastinators. I'm like, get on with it already. So even with that going to help someone, you know, and you know, they're always analytical and thinking of ways to get out of doing something. So anyway, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Aquarian male. Here's the good and the bad and the ugly. Ooh, I switched these up for a reason. I have someone in my family married into my family. There's an Aquarian that is an Aquarian female, and I'm telling you, and I'm not even that kind of person, and I'm like, I don't like you, and that's weird, because you know, she has, I have my reasons. Okay, once again, they're intelligent, inspired by great causes, and like I said, these are interchangeable, the male and the female, but I have to be a little bit more specific. I have to find something for the female. They're very goal-oriented. Like I said, you know, you've got Oprah Winfrey. I mean, she's a perfect example of an Aquarian. They're independent, and they have lots of originality, and they love their own company. Now, I love this about them. They don't have to be around people all the time. They are so in tune with themselves that they love their own company. So I'm the same way. So I always say anyone in my life is like, you know, the cherry on top of the sundae or whatever, because I love me. I really, really do. I would do that when I wear some lipstick, and I hardly ever wear it. But anyway, not stuck up or conceited. I'm not. Oh, I think I'm just this wonderful person. I just love who I am and who I've become, and you know, the whole bit. Okay, here's the bad of the Aquarian female. They will take others' ideas as their own and utilize them and act as if they hadn't done anything. Know some who do that. Nosy. Very nosy. Nosy. Do not actively seek out relationships. And unemotional. And as the male is too. They're very unemotional. And this is something I did not know about Aquarians, is that they are unemotional. It's like you have to teach the female to hug you and kiss you, because that's not something that that's the norm for them. And also they're very trusting as of their mate. I should have put that into the good part about the female. They're very trusting because they've already checked you out before they decided to date you. And a bad trait of the male is marriage. It's a rare occasion that this is an ugly trait rather. This is a rare occasion, well, bad, no one has to get married. But this is a rare occasion that you can get an Aquarian male to marry. And I know this for a fact because my brother just got married, 2 years ago? And he's older than I am, so go figure. Okay, and a good, maybe bad thing about the Aquarian male, I'm going back, is if they are ever promiscuous or there's infidelity on their part in the relationship, it's not going to last for long, trust me. They're famous for the one-night stands, okay? So you probably will never find out anyway, so I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Okay, back to the female Aquarian, and this is the ugly, the bad of the female Aquarian. Well, I already said that they take others' ideas with no shame, extremely nosy, do not actively seek out relationships. And the Aquarians think that everyone is their friends, by the way, the male especially. Oh no, I'm telling you, this was a hard one. I'm like, wow, this is so true. Now the ugly. Oh God, I waited for this. I waited so long for this, you guys. I had to. Okay, two-faced. I'm telling you, look up two-faced in a dictionary, and your Aquarian friend, family member will probably, it's just going to be a whole row of them. You and you and you and you and you. Okay, busybodies. Well, I'm going to say that last. They resent infringement of their time. You know, their time is very important to them, even though they're not about to do anything. And so I know this is true with my sister-in-law when she's especially when my mom was living. She was so fidgety and could not sit in one place at one time without drinking or smoking some or whatever. So, and even still, she was ready to go. And they can get seriously rude, both the male and the female, but the males especially, and to the point of, you know, when they get angered, they're like seriously rude, and they'll like have outbursts. Like they'll be quiet for a minute, and then they'll have an outburst. There's another sign that does that too, which is amazing. Okay, they have fixed opinions, both the male and the female. Once they fix their opinion on something or someone, that's it. Because my sister-in-law swears she married the best one in the family. Well, I'm glad you're not a lesbian and I'm not a lesbian. Let's put it that way. Ha! Just joking. Sorry, I'm just playing with my brother there. Okay. Well, let me see. What is it? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because I don't know what I wrote these down because I don't know what it is. But the last part about Aquarian females. You guys need to stay out of other people's business. You have it bad. You're busybodies. You have it bad and think it's your right to get involved in other people's business. I'm not saying being nosy, even though you are. I'm not saying asking questions, which you will do. You have no problem with that. I'm saying you feel like you're so smart, you don't. And I'm saying that the dumb part. It is your duty to even close people's accounts and do things, you know, and you get too involved in people's, you know, in a sign like me, man, I'm telling you, right there in the eye, I'm telling you, whoo, y'all, it's over. You take it to a level of rape, put it that way. You feel like you can turn people's things on, turn people's things off, and get into their personal business and their personal matters to the point where you really are taking over. That's the word I'm looking for. You guys like to take over, and no one has asked you to do that. So you got to be careful, because there are 11 other signs out there who may not like that about you. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have black eyes. The women do this. You don't. The males don't do this. This is the women. I know a lot of you have gotten black eyes behind getting in someone's business. I'm not saying telling, because you will tell someone's business, but you don't want to tell your own, but you will tell someone else's business. That's another thing Aquarians do. But it's like, I guess I said it. You get a little too involved in someone to the point of taking over their business, their personal life. You are replacing them and handling their business and things like that. And I really want to elaborate on this, but I would get into my personal business, and I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you guys do that, and it's not just because of me that I'm saying that. I know of stories, and in my life, other people who have done that. So not to me, but just, yeah. For instance, I have to say this. When my mother passed away, my sister-in-law felt it was her job to turn my mother's telephone service off. And sadly, that was the only, her voice, her outgoing message was the last thing that we heard. That was her voice on the outgoing message. So when my mother passed away, she calls, or cell phone, I'm sure, and has it turned off because my mother had passed away. Who asked you to do that? No one. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So anyway, that's the good, the bad, and the ugly, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, of the Aquarian male and female. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. Ugh. Smooches. Have a good one.